Sam. I'm an alcoholic and an addict, clearly. Thanks, Beth. In the meetings, we usually say, hi, Sam, so
Hi, Sam.
thank you. I feel better. So, Beth and Tim. I'm going to start before Beth and Tim. I've been using since I was 9. I started consistently using in middle school. As far as a daily base user, that began at the end of 7th grade. So I'm going to pause a lot. I'm thinking, so just give me a second. I am a recovering heroin, crack, and mostly benzo user. I guess it's called a trash can addict or a dumpster addict. You just take whatever you can get. So the point of that is that I was in really bad shape. I was 22 when I met Beth and Tim. I'm 25 now. That's important. And I was supposed to tell you guys stuff about me. I'm from Fayette County. I like to garden very much. Beth says I'm like lightweight obsessed with it. I'm a attendee of Como, the church on Como. I really like the woodwork. I really, really enjoy working with my hands. If I have a choice between cleaning and digging weeds for 3 times as long as the cleaning would have taken, I will pull weeds. So that's a little bit about me. So anyway, I had gone really far in my addiction. That led me to spending all of my time with people that were a lot scarier than I was equipped to deal with. I was driving to Dayton. I can't tell you how many times a day or a week, but it was a lot. I don't want to give you a number and be a liar, but I shouldn't have been going at all, so we could just leave it at that. So the week prior to me meeting Beth and Tim, I had ran my dealer to Dayton. I had done something to agitate him, and I got left. I was supposed to get gas money and more drugs, and I didn't get them. I had no gas in the vehicle that I was driving, and there was snow on the ground. It was in December, and I was convinced that I was not going to wake up because it was so cold. I was really concerned. The only reason that I had gotten out of the vehicle, or I had let him get out of the vehicle when I dropped him off, was because he put a gun to my head, and just threatened to go ahead and shoot me if I didn't drive away. So I'm in bad shape is the point. So I go to the ER one night because I'm in even worse shape. I've been told the term is severe. I was also addicted to self-harming. I have more scars on my body than I care to show anybody. And that was just as much of an addiction as the heroin, the crack, or the Xanax. That, for some reason, just I couldn't figure out why, but I just couldn't stop. It progressed from, please somebody know that I'm not okay, to I hate myself so much, I just have to do this. This is the best way I can describe it. So I go to the ER one night, and there's this tiny woman, and her name is Barbie, and she's just one of the most awesome people in the world with Beth and Tim. She has stayed with me in this long process. For some reason, I told her my whole story, and she said, I know some people that can help you. And I said, okay, because people have been telling me that for 6 months, and nobody had helped me. So I was like, all right, well, whatever, I'm already here, and it's warm in here, and you guys have fed me, so I'll just hang out. And so I stay, and I'm mentally evaluated and all these things, and at, I think, 2 o'clock in the morning, Beth and Tim show up. And I thought Tim was the scary one. He was wearing a big leather coat, and he's got this beard, and I'm just like, man, this dude is a trip. Like, he just really looks scary to me. I soon found out that he was not the scary one that Beth was. So I had it wrong, and I judged them at first. But they evaluated me, and she did not take me. I was not ready. I had scrap metal in my truck, and I was going to make money in the morning, and there was just no reason to go.
Thanks, Bo.
Take care. Okay, take care.
So, so they take me a few days later. So I moved to Columbus, and I just, this whole time, 6 months before, I was praying because things were just bad. The suicide thing I get, the self-hate thing I get, I was a miserable, highly broken human being, and I just wanted things to change. So I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. So then they come and get me, and I think, wow, this is different. I was really concerned too. I didn't know these people. I had no clue if they were even a legitimate recovery program, but I went, why not? So then I get there and I meet these people, and I'm nervous, and so I keep praying, and after a while, it's been a year, and I've gotten worse. At first, I got a little bit better, and then somehow, emotionally, I'd gotten worse. It's not that people hadn't tried. It's not that people had not taken time and energy and invested in me. But I could not get, Beth says this thing, that addicts are like this because we just can't see past our own nose. She says it a lot, and it's a really true thing. So I thought, I'm just gonna pray really hard, and this is gonna get better. And that didn't work. God was providing me with these people who served him with their whole hearts, who don't even have a house to their own selves. They filled it with heroin addicts, by the way, just so I can word that, you know what I mean? So they've filled their house with heroin addicts. They don't work full-time jobs because we are the full-time job now. Their full-time job isn't 40 hours a week. It's like 90, I'd say. It's excessive, to say the least. It's a lot. So I'm here for a year, and nothing's getting better, and I'm miserable. My relationships are awful. And I'm just like, man, I just don't know what to do. So I started reading the Bible. So 3 days into reading the Bible, I read this verse in Proverbs. It said, even the prayers of a man that lies are detestable to God. And I thought, crap, okay. So back up a year. I'd been lying to everybody about, we do papers, and we deal with our thoughts, and we learn how to cope, and we do all these things. And I wasn't saying that I felt insecure at this moment, or that I had memories of trauma at that moment. I wasn't telling them anything. So they had nothing to work with. I was just telling them what I thought they wanted to hear. And I was also taking things that weren't mine from roommates, and if we in the houses, we have to get permission for Advil. We don't just get to take it all willy-nilly. So I'd see it laying out, and I'd just take it. Whether it's Advil or not, I was being dishonest, and I knew that. And I knew it wasn't okay, but I just continued to do these things, and I was manipulative still, and I couldn't. But like I said, we see right here, addicts, and I'm normally not the type to speak for everybody, but we see right here. So I just thought it was everybody else's fault, and I just couldn't see that I was a manipulative, controlling, miserable human being. So I read the verse in Proverbs, and I think, man, that's not good. Okay. So I tell my group leader, my group leader gets Beth, and he tells her, and it wasn't a good day. I can't imagine that Beth would have reacted any other way. She was not happy, and that's, I would say, fair. I was being very dishonest when she had poured a year of her life out for me. So I can tell you what happened after that. I almost didn't get to stay because I damaged every relationship that I had. This is how bad I was in sobriety. I was sober, okay? So I wasn't using heroin, I wasn't using crack, I wasn't using Xanax, I wasn't cutting myself anymore, and I destroyed my whole entire list of relationships. So I'll tell you what happened. They kept me. Clearly, they kept me. And I restarted the program. There's certain packets that you go through. You can ask anybody. Any packet that somebody's done once, I've done 4 times. In general, there's a couple I haven't gone that far through, but in general, I've been a tough one, I guess is a good way to put it. Beth told me one time that sometimes people just come in with more baggage than others. I can say that before God removed my hand from my face, I was a miserable human being that wouldn't pray for my own self because God does not want to hear from me. He's going to listen to you before he listens to me. And you can talk till you're blue in the face, but I don't care. I know I'm right. So no offense, but that's just an example. It's unfortunate, but I just, I couldn't get there. So then, now I'm so blessed to see when I'm flawed. I had to do a list of character defects, and you're supposed to pick out 12. I had 16. And that's okay because, yeah, you have no idea. All day. So that's where God came in for me. I believe wholeheartedly that God is the biggest thing in the universe, and God has more power than any of us are able to comprehend. I also believe that God loves me more than I can comprehend. I also believe that God will not wave his wand and make me well. I believe that I have to work really freaking hard. And I believe that it's just not going to go away. I had to work really hard, and I still have to work really hard. I'm never going to be done. I liked the question about will I just go from addict to normal person? I don't want that, because then I can't come to places like this and get to talk to you guys. And then I can't have people come into Beth and Tim's house and I can't say, hey, I understand and I am so proud of you and I love you so much and you can do this. Because then if I'm normal, I don't understand any of these people. I don't get to have them in my life. My relationships are meaningless. It doesn't matter. So I would not, one time, Beth and I were going, she was taking me to Fayette County. I have 2 probation officers. She was taking me to Fayette County to check in, and I said, I think God can use this one day. I think that God had a plan, and is what I said, actually. I think this is God's plan or something. All bad things I'd done was what I was talking about. She goes, whoa, time out. So I'm going to paraphrase what she said. She said, God did not intend for you to rob your mom. God did not intend for you to be the person that you were. But God can use that. So that's how I feel today. I have an awesome life. Beth and Tim are amazing human beings. I don't care what their training is. I don't actually know. I know Tim's like a doctor or something in the Bible. I don't know. He's crazy. That was an exaggeration, just to be specific. I'm sorry. So, I know that Beth has done every job known to man. She muds. She wore a hazmat suit yesterday on the job. She can fix anything. It doesn't really matter to me. I watch how they live, and I hear what they say, and it lines up, and that's all I need. So I knew that I wanted what they had. So I'm working really hard today to be as different from what I was before as I can, and I'm not perfect, and sometimes I for sure screw up. But I definitely have been made new, and I definitely have a choice today. I'm not obligated to be who I used to be. I'm really grateful to be here. Thanks.